My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. I have worked thousands and thousands of IRS cases. I worked there a long decade. I know everything, most everything there is to know in tax resolution. I was a revenue officer. I used to collect taxes. I've been on all the national news stations. Just go to my website and learn about me. I don't like to take the time to do it here. You know, if you're going to owe taxes this year in 25 when you file your tax return, what do? What's your best option? Well, you know, it's always best obviously to pay the tax in full, but really about 10 million people, especially those self-employed, aren't going to be able to do that. So what should you do? Well, by the time you file your tax return, it'll take a month to 6 weeks before you get your tax bill. Anytime you want to make a payment, do so on the IRS.gov portal. You must do that soon. IRS won't be accepting checks. I don't think so, at least Doe just saying that. I don't believe that. I don't think everyone has a computer, but anyway, that's a wishful thinking. But if you are able, make your checks through the IRS.gov portal. After you get your tax bill, if you were to call IRS, there's really three avenues that IRS, what they're going to do. They're going to ask for a financial statement. If you're dealing with the service center, you're going to deal with the 433F financial statement. Really big, really important for you to know that 433F. With that, IRS usually does one of two things. They say, okay, you can't pay, we'll put you in a hardship, or you can pay and we'll put you in a payment agreement. It's possible to file an offer and compromise, but for the purpose of what I'm telling you right now, most of you, 95% of you, are going to wind up in a currently non-collectible, which means IRS will look at your financial statement, they'll deem you uncollectible, penalties and interest still run, they'll just freeze your case for a couple years and come out later and review it. The other thing they will do is put you into a payment agreement based on your current financial statement, or you can make a streamlined payment and pay it off over 6 years. That you can do by yourself. If you have a very large debt and can't pay it, you may be eligible for the offer and compromise. Before you're saying, I want to settle my debt and the sky's falling, you better call someone to see if you're eligible. I work the offer and compromise program at IRS, so be careful if you're going to have someone look at this. It's not like former agents. Be real careful. A lot of people will take your money. They'll make promises. I used to accept and deny offers. You have no idea how many calls I get by people who have been ripped off, so be real careful. But listen, IRS will send you out a series of letters. By the time the first one to the last one comes out, it's at least 5 months, so you have time. But remember, penalties and interest are accruing. You can file a collection due process hearing if you think the liability's wrong or you got special circumstances. So know that after you get your CP 504, which comes out certified about 4 months later, out comes this collection due process hearing with the LT11 or the 1058. And then at that time, you'll be able to go ahead and speak to someone individual about your IRS tax situation. If you need help, give me a call. Just don't call anyone random. God, make sure they know what they're doing. Don't talk to salespeople. 95% of all the people that you see on the internet are big marketing companies that just spend thousands and thousands of dollars, maybe a couple $1 million a year in advertising and marketing, try to get your money. Make sure you speak to someone competent. If you feel brave enough, call the IRS yourself. You know, if you don't owe a lot, go ahead and do that. But one thing you want to do, if you have a problem and you can't stay current, make sure you start making estimate tax payments or adjust your withholding, because IRS is going to want to ask that you to do that right away. If you need me, call me. Give me a subscription. I appreciate your time today. Thank you.